Support for Just Seen It comes from Fandor, dedicated to supporting independent films and filmmakers. Movies from around the world are available at fandor.com/PTV. Fandor, all for film.
We believe the United Farm Workers and their leader, Cesar Chavez.
Cesar Chavez works with migrant farm workers in California.
I'm angry that I live in a world where a man who picks your food can't feed his family.
They're allowed to work in the U.S., but in the poorest of working conditions.
We don't have to negotiate. We have to dictate terms.
To help them, Chavez peacefully works to form a labor union.
This is what we came here to do.
In Cesar Chavez.
Hi, I'm Salim, and I'm here with Leah and guest reviewer David Kipen. We're here to talk about the new movie, Cesar Chavez. We've all just seen it, but first, David, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, sure. I wrote a book called The Schreiber Theory, a radical rewrite of American film history, which is about how screenwriters are more important than directors.
Yes.
And these days, I am a freelancer for Aussie.com and KPCC-FM, and this month, my first ever byline in the New York Times.
Awesome, great.
Nice.
Well, tell us what you thought about Cesar Chavez.
I admire this movie so much more than I like it. And I wish that weren't the case, but they're so scrupulous about not creating a cult of personality about Chavez that they neglect to give him much of a personality at all.
I agree. I think that the screenplay by Timothy Sexton, who brought us Children of Men, and Keir Pearson, who did Hotel Rwanda, they deliver this succinct, to the point kind of narrative where you feel throughout the whole film that there is this underlying pressure to get it right.
Exactly. Oh, and my problem is that it just felt like it completely missed the first act, or at least the status quo. We're just kind of dropped in to this man's story. We don't know anything about his life beforehand. We just kind of get a clunky voiceover about who he was before the movement, and I thought it was a misstep.
And they missed a great opportunity because Cesar Chavez grew up in a barrio in San Jose called Sal Si Puedes, which means get out if you can.
Exactly.
And the progression from Sal Si Puedes to Si Se Puede,
exactly.
Yes We Can, is an incredible story, and yet they sort of start with Act Two.
So let's talk about the acting. What did you guys think about Michael Pena?
I love Michael Pena in just about everything I've seen until
Me too.
now.
I even liked him in Tower Heist.
He's always very earnest in terms of the role.
And yet he
He's
brings a
extremely
nice sense of comedy to American Hustle. In this picture, he's just kind of inert.
Well, it's because his character, unfortunately, or even the way that they kind of present Chavez, is that sometimes he's a little tepid in terms of how he wants to do things because of the fact that he's nonviolent.
Even pilgrims ain't allowed in the street without a permit.
Well, fine, you will use the sidewalk. It's open to the public.
And I feel like as a character, that might have been a little bit difficult to kind of sink your teeth into because the passion is there, but you can't go crazy with the passion because he's very centered.
I saw it a little differently. I felt like he did a great job in exhibiting a level of complexity despite the restraint that I feel like he's under. I feel like that there's, we have to get it right. I have to say, the one emotional moment that I recall in the whole film comes at that moment when he announces that he hasn't eaten for 3 days and he's about to begin a strike.
And that's when the movie really picked up for me because I thought that's when Michael Pena really showed his acting chops. He had to exemplify a guy going through 30 days of not eating, and I thought it was fantastic. That's when I really started feeling the film.
We can't ask them to keep going when they see people working in the fields. We have to take the next step.
You're too weak.
We have no laws to protect us here. With the boycott, there are no laws to stop us.
Actor Diego Luna directed this movie, and I'm glad that he directed it because I know that this movie would not have been able to be made if not for him. He brought in the money, he brought in a lot of his actor friends to executive produce. He did a great job.
Things that he could have done with lighting, angles, where certain scenes took place. I mean, I think that there's a lot more that could have been done to open it up, but what we have is, it's important that we tell the story, we hit the movement, and we highlight that, and so we don't want to do anything that's going to detract from that.
Yeah, it feels like it was directed by a collective. There's one nice grace note in retrospect that sticks out in my mind. There's a moment where America Ferrera drives up and joins Chavez, and in what I think is a miscalculation, you don't hear what what they're saying. There's music under it, but they're walking along a road with railroad tracks which are glinting in the sun.
That was a beautiful
It's a
shot.
nice
Beautiful
moment,
scene,
and it doesn't weaken the story.
No.
It doesn't make the story any less authentic. If anything, it makes the story more memorable. And what else do you want out of a story as brilliant as this one, but to make it stick in your mind?
Yeah.
Cesar Chavez is more historiography than drama, but it is an important film and enjoyable, so I say see it.
Cesar Chavez takes a great American Catholic secular saint and turns him into a kind of Lutheran ascetic. I have to say, stream it.
This film does have some hiccups. However, the overall execution results in a quite passionate and educational presentation of this great man. Definite see it.
Well, our votes add up to 2.5 tickets, which is a see it for Cesar Chavez. Cheers! Salud!
Si se puede.
Si se puede.
It's great that he brought a lot of his friends on board to executive produce and put up the dough for the movie. And
He
so
put up the dope for the movie?
He put up the dough.
AJA Video Systems, proud supporter of Just Seen It, offers a wide range of professional acquisition and post-production solutions. Learn more at aja.com/PTV.